There was a year when the world stopped remembering, from Egypt to Greece to Mesopotamia to the Indus Valley, almost at the same time. Libraries went silent, trade routes went dark, entire alphabets simply stopped being used, and when the survivors picked up the pieces generations later, they didn't remember how any of it had worked. They didn't remember how to write. They didn't remember how to build what their ancestors built. Historians have a name for this, but the name is the easy part. It starts to sound like something happening to a mind. Picture the world around 1200 BCE. Egypt is a superpower. Its temples stretch along the Nile like sentences carved in stone. Literally. Every column is an archive. Greece has palaces with plumbing, with fresco-covered walls, with scribes who track every jar of oil and every soldier's wage in a script called Linear B. The Hittites run an empire with iron weapons and diplomatic treaties written in multiple languages, exchanged with Egypt like modern nations exchange emails. Mesopotamia has cities that have been continuously literate for over 1,000 years. Far to the east, the Indus Valley has cities with drainage systems more advanced than some cities have today, and a script nobody has ever fully translated, even now. This is not a primitive world. This is a connected world. Trade ships moving copper and tin across 1,000 miles of open sea. Kings writing to other kings, calling each other brother. And then, within the span of a single human lifetime, it goes quiet. Not slowly, not gently, all at once. Escalation phase. Here's the part that should unsettle you. Archaeologists call this era the Late Bronze Age collapse. But that word collapse is misleading. What actually happened is stranger and far more human. Cities didn't just fall. Cities were abandoned. Some of them show no signs of war at all. Just people who packed up and walked away and never came back. Writing didn't just decline. In Greece, it disappeared entirely. Linear B, the script used to run an entire bureaucratic civilization, vanished so completely that when the Greeks began writing again, 400 years later, they had to invent a new alphabet from scratch. 400 years of silence. Try to imagine that gap. It's longer than the United States has existed as a country. It's longer than the time between Shakespeare and now. For 400 years, nobody in Greece could read what their own ancestors had written. Even if the scrolls survived, and some did, no one alive could understand them anymore. Imagine standing in a room full of your grandparents' letters, written in a language that used to be yours, and realizing you have no way in, forever locked out of your own bloodline's memory. That's not a collapse, that's an amnesia. But then something even stranger happened. It wasn't just Greece. Almost every major civilizational hub in the Eastern Mediterranean and Near East destabilized within decades of each other. Egypt weakened, records attacks by mysterious raiders it calls the Sea Peoples, and even Egypt, the empire that built pyramids meant to outlast time itself, never fully recovers its former reach. The Hittite Empire, one of the great powers of the ancient world, doesn't decline, it disappears. Its capital is abandoned and burned. Its written archives go silent, mid-sentence, mid-treaty, mid-thought. Ugarit, a wealthy trading city, leaves behind a letter, a real one, found in the ashes, where a king begs for help against enemy ships closing in on the coast. The letter was never sent. It was found still in the kiln, waiting to be fired and delivered. He never got to send his plea. That's not a metaphor. That's an artifact. A frozen scream from someone who didn't know he was living in the final hours of his world. And here's the part almost nobody talks about. This wasn't confined to the Mediterranean. Around the same window of time, the Indus Valley civilization, thousands of miles away, with no clear contact with the Aegean world, was also disintegrating. Its cities were being abandoned. Its script, never deciphered to this day, fell out of use and was never picked up again by any culture that followed. Two civilizations, no contact, no shared cause we can prove, falling into silence during the same rough span of centuries. Coincidence, or something we don't yet have language for? Here's where it gets genuinely disturbing. We have theories, drought, earthquakes, famine, invasion, the collapse of trade networks so interdependent that when one node failed, the whole system cascaded. A Bronze Age version of a global supply chain failure. Every one of these theories has evidence behind it, and every one of them on its own fails to explain the totality of what happened, because civilizations don't usually forget how to write. Knowledge is supposed to be resilient. It's supposed to survive in fragments, in refugees, in the memory of the old. But something about this collapse didn't allow that. Something broke the chain of transmission itself, the invisible thread that lets one generation hand its mind to the next. And that's the moment this stops being a story about ancient history, because that thread, the one that lets memory survive a person's death, is the same thread every civilization depends on, including yours. Think about what knowledge actually is. It's not stored in stone. It's not stored in ink. Those are just containers. Knowledge is stored in practice, in someone showing someone else how to do a thing, who shows someone else, who shows someone else. It's a living relay race across generations, and a relay race only needs one drop baton to end the race for everyone behind it. The scribes of Linear B weren't just writing inventory lists. They were the only ones who knew how the system worked. When the palaces burned and the scribes died with them, the knowledge didn't get archived somewhere safe. It just stopped existing in anyone's head. That's the terrifying part. Civilization isn't a possession, it's a performance. It has to be reenacted generation after generation, or it simply ends silently, without announcement, without anyone realizing in the moment that they were living through the last act. Nobody in 1180 BCE woke up and said, "Today, civilization collapses." They just didn't teach their children something, or they didn't survive long enough to, and multiplied across 1,000 small failures like that, across families, across cities, across an entire interconnected world. An entire epic of human achievement can vanish inside of one human lifetime. This is where everything changes, because now look at your own life. How much of what you know, really know? Do you know how to rebuild from scratch? Could you make the device you're watching this on? Could you grow your own food, purify your own water, generate your own electricity, if the chain of specialists who currently do it for you simply stop tomorrow? Most of us live inside a civilization we could not personally reconstruct. We are, all of us, scribes who never learned to read the deep script, trusting that someone else remembers so we don't have to. And that is exactly what the people of 1200 BCE were doing too. They trusted the chain until the chain broke. Maybe that's the real horror hiding inside this story. Not that an ancient world went dark, but that it never saw the dark coming. The Hittite scribe writing his final treaty didn't know it was his last. The king of Ugarit, waiting for his unsent letter to be fired in the kiln, didn't know rescue would never arrive. Somewhere in the Indus Valley, a child was being taught a script that would be unreadable by anyone alive within 100 years, and neither the child nor the teacher had any way of knowing that. Forgetting, on a civilizational scale, doesn't feel like forgetting while it's happening. It feels like an ordinary Tuesday. That's what should sit with you tonight. Not the mystery of what caused the Bronze Age silence. We may never fully solve that. Droughts, earthquakes, invasions, cascading systems, all real, none complete. The real mystery is smaller and closer and far more uncomfortable. It's the question of whether we would notice it happening to us, whether the last generation to remember something ever actually knows they're the last. Every civilization believes it is permanent. Every civilization before this one believed that too. Somewhere, right now, something is being forgotten quietly, without ceremony, and no one currently alive will ever know exactly what it was. That's not a story about the Bronze Age. That's a story about us, still writing, still building, still trusting the chain will hold, and still, in the end, not knowing if anyone will be left to read what we leave behind.